Oh my, okay. That post-credit scene. Okay, hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to one of our weekly World's Finest Assassin Gets Reincarnated. In another word, it is an Aristocrat. I'm stumbling over my words because I'm still shocked. With that said, we're going to talk all about episode 10, first of dates. But before we get to the video proper, quick reminder if you haven't done so yet, to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, set notifications to all, let all of AnyTube know that you are here. Hit the like button, boop, that up snoot, why don't you? And of course, make sure that you check out the Discord, linked in the description, if you want to come hang out with us over on Discord. We talk about anime and manga and a bunch of other video game and fun shenanigans stuff, and you get alerted when videos come out, because YouTube doesn't always do that. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Let's get into it. So part of me just wants to ask, like, Rui Tsukio, why? Tsukio, why? I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about this today. While I was watching the episode, I was sitting there going, like, Tsukio, as a author, as a storyteller, I was sort of like I had, you guys know at the beginning of the show, right? Like, you guys remember, like, episodes like 1 through like 2 or 3. I was sort of like, right? Very hesitant to trust, because, you know, redo. But has anybody else, like, even if you're like me and you really think redo is some abhorrent shit, right? Like just actually horrid, like, storytelling, right? Is it just me, or is Tsukio like a really good storyteller? Right, Tsukio, Rui Tsukio, weaving a tale that has me at the edge of my seat like, what the hell is gonna happen next? You know, like, that twist was like, oh! Because the thing is, like, I kind of figured something was gonna happen with Dia. I was under the assumption that something was very likely to happen, right? Because, you know, like, it's... Like the way that the episode was set up, and we'll talk about it, was super cute, and everything was really nice. It's the reason why it's called First of Dates, is because it's, like, not official. It's not like their first date. They've had, like, they've met up since they were kids, right? But this is like the first date that we as the audience are seeing, right? So this is the equivalent of said first date, and it's very sweet. But the whole time, Dia's acting just a little bit sus. Not like very sus, just kind of like, you know, like makes you go, a few times. Little things she does. Like when he says, like, the next time you're in Tuahade, I'll make you lasagna. And she goes, yeah. Right? Like, just little things like that. And just how sweet she is the whole time, and how, like, she really wants to, like, make this a day to remember, all this stuff. Just the way she acts. It's very Dia, but, like, something about it is, like, off, right? Like, I couldn't put my finger on why. I just knew that something about it just didn't sit right. And then the post-credit scene. And it's funny because usually I have a structure to these things. I likely would have talked about, not so much in order, but I would have discussed the episode in a bit more of a refined fashion. But we're just jumping right into the post-credit scene because Tsukio trying to rip my heart out here, because the post-credit scene is Lugh after the date. And he's just like, you know, Dia, right? When he said Dia, my brain went, Dio, right? But he goes, Dia, right? And then Tart comes running up, and I'm like, what's up with Tart, right? Like, Tart looks really scared. Like, something serious has to have happened. My brain went straight to Maha, because again, I thought that we were sort of done with Dia for the week, right? I just assumed that was it for her this episode, and that we would be something involving Maha, because don't forget, Maha has also got her own stuff going on, and we'll talk about that in a second. Oh my god. But, like, I assumed that maybe something happened to Maha, that, like, the hero, like, caught her or something like that. I was very confused. But then they run, and there's this guy, and he's, like, all torn up to shreds, and you're like, what happened to this dude? And so Kian's just like, don't worry, I put him to sleep. He's just gonna rest now. He's just gonna sleep, right? And, like, he'll just sleep. And, of course, you know, Luke's like, the hell, right? Like, what is this? And he goes, he asked us to do a job for him. And Luke's like, all right, yeah, I can do that. What's up? And he's like, okay, I need you to do this. I need you to take out Count Vicone's daughter. I need you to kill Dia. And it's like, what? Like, my brain exploded when I saw that. I was like, there's no way that Kian just asked Lugh to do that, knowing that Lugh was gonna propose to this girl. Kian, right? I was like, Kian, my man, don't do this. Like, don't do, not like this. Like, that must have put him in such a weird position, right? Because, like, on one hand, you're an assassin, right? Like, you are meant to do a job. Sometimes the job gets messy, and that sucks, right? But that's the job of an assassin. It's not always pleasant, right? But Kian has always told Lugh that he is, above all else, he's a human being first. He's a human being first and an assassin second. They are not tools, right? So it's interesting to me that Kian's saying, like, I need you to do this, right? Because it's like, what the hell is happening? There's much bigger things at stake right now. A lot bigger things at stake, right? Because the way that he's talking, it's like whatever the civil war going on in Vicone is, it ain't good, right? Like, Vicone definitely, by the way, reminded me of like Venice almost, like because they have like the little canals and everything. It kind of gave me like Venice vibes. But yeah, whatever's going on in Vicone, it ain't. It's not good. The Civil War is not good. Because Dia tried to play it off like it was fine. It is not fine. Like, whatever is happening it's very not good. And we kind of get that inkling, right? That, like, when Lugh, like, leaves and, like, reinforces the whole, like, I'll make you lasagna when I next see you, right? And she's like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. And she turns around, she tells everybody, like, that's enough now. And all the townsfolk just kneel, and they're all knights. And she just says goodbye. Like, she just says, goodbye, Lugh. Right? And I'm like, what's happening? This is so much more serious than she had let on, right? I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? It's I can't even enjoy the happy parts of the episode because this episode is very cute, right? There's a lot of, like, think about the friggin' teddy bear scene with Lugh. Can I just point out that my man has come so far, so freaking far? Like, him, like, goofing around with the kid where, like, the kid's scared, he gets lost from his mom. And our, like, old Lugh would have just walked right by that kid. He would not have even noticed him, right? Like, Lugh from our world would have just walked right by, right? But this Lugh, he's had some time to be, like, a human being, you know? He's had some time to be a person. And when he sees this kid, he doesn't want Dia to remember that there was a crying child in this date that they had, so he decides he's gonna help him. And he does so in the friggin' cutest way possible! Like, with the little teddy bear, and he's just like, hey, like, we're gonna help you find your mom, okay? And, like we're gonna help you find your mom, Rico, because I remember his name was Rico. And he has, like, the little bear, and he talks with the bear. It's so friggin' cute. And, like Dia winning the bear was cute. Like, everything about it was cute. It was a cute episode. But it's not allowed to be cute, because it ends on a friggin' holy shit. You're not allowed nice things. You're not allowed nice things. Tsukio says we're not allowed nice things. Tsukio presents us with nice things and then goes, no. It's like, here you go, here's this nice thing. And we're like, oh, thank you, Suki, that's very kind of you. And he goes, no, actually, this is mine. In fact, I'm going to break this nice thing in front of you. It's like, fine. Well, fine then, right? Like, fine. I was gonna talk about how cute this episode was, but I suppose not. I suppose I shan't. By the way, the date had something that I've been wanting to talk about for a bit. You guys... Okay, so there's, like, this scene where they go to this hot springs, right? And I'm certain that there's gonna be people who are like, oh, the nudity, right? This was not, like, sexual. I'm gonna say sexual, because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, right? This was not sexual, right? This was, like, a very... Like, them being nude, right? As Lugh points out, like, the nudity is not sexual, right? It's intimate. Right? Like, the way that, like, they point out that in the past, like, in our world's past, a lot of royalty was a lot more comfortable with their nudity, right? Like, it was less frowned upon. And in some countries, like, going to, like, mixed baths and stuff like that is not that uncommon, right? So for Vicone, this is likely just a normal thing there, right? So Dia, you know, she strips down, she jumps in the hot spring. And Lugh is a bit more kind of put off by this, but he does end up going. And the scene of them just sort of, like, laying in the hot springs together, just sort of floating, and they're naked, right? Like, that, to some people, might be like, ooh, lewd, and it's not, right? Because to me, it's just a sweet moment. Like, I don't ship, like, Lugh and Dia for reasons that I've gone into in previous things. And even Lugh points out that mentally he is, mentally he's an adult. But the body he's in is that of a teen, and it like, he's feeling urges that a teen would, but his brain is an adult going like, no, right? But like, so it's sort of, it's almost as though he's experiencing like physical tonal difference, or dissonance, right? Like physical dissonance almost, right? But they have like a really sweet moment. I don't ship it because I'm kind of uncomfortable with it, but like, if you guys ship it, man, that this she must have been, because like I was watching, I'm like, damn, that's cute. This whole episode is cute until it's just not. Like, until it starts like, why are we on a boat? And then we're just like, we learned stuff about the hero, which is crazy. I'll talk about it in a second. And then we get this long stretch of cute shit. Something weird with the goddess going on. Something weird, I'll admit that. But for the most part, cute. And then just, oh my god, at the end. But yeah, I've talked enough about how cute the episode was. I actually want to talk very briefly about the thing, right? So we opened the episode and they're on like a boat, and I'm like, did I miss something? Right? I was very confused. I was like, did I miss something? Why are they on a boat? And I did look at the Crunchyroll comments, and people were also like, why are they on a boat? Where are they on an island? What? Did I miss an episode? What's going on? Was there like a 0.5 somewhere? But so I'm glad I wasn't alone on that. But yeah, there was like a lot of people being like, that was weird, right? And then they meet up with Maha, and I was like, my girl, right? Because I like Maha the most. You guys know this. I'm a Maha guy. So I was excited to see Maha. And she mentions that she has found one of the divine items. And when Tart asks, what's the divine item? Which I also really appreciate. Because like, so here's the thing. This is another reason why I'm like, Tsukio's actually like a really good storyteller. Because Tart wouldn't know what that is, right? Like, Tart is not the type of, like, this seems far more like a thing royals and like dukes and duchesses would know, but not common people. Like, what's a divine item? Right, Tart asking that just makes sense, right? Like if Maha, or not so much Maha, but like if like Lugh had asked that, or like Lugh's parents asked that, I'd be like, that's kind of weird. They should know what that is. Tart asking that makes a whole lot of sense, right? So she asks, and she's like the audience surrogate, going like, okay, what's a divine item? And they explain that divine items are items that were here before people. They are items that were essentially created by the goddess, right? So the goddesses, or the gods and goddesses, because it seems like maybe there's more than just the goddess we know, but like they explain that they were made by entities above humanity. And the item they find is Gaebolg. I'm sorry. Gaebolg is here. The Cuchullin's spear is here. The Hound's spear, right? And then they say that it is owned by a man named Setanta Magnus, Magnus, aka Cran's Hound, and he's likely to be the hero. The hero's Cuchullin? Oh, this became so much more complicated than we... If you don't know the myth of Cuchullin, and maybe you're only like a fan of Fate. If you're a fan of Fate, you'll know who Cuchullin is. He's Lancer. But if you don't know the myth of Cuchullin, this became a lot harder. Like, Cuchullin's a beast. They call him the Hound for a reason. So, like, if they're gonna try to take this man's spear from him, right? Like, if they're gonna try to buy it from him, I'd highly advise doing it ASAP before he realizes he's the hero. Because if he finds out he's the hero, he's not pardoned with that spear. And if he has that spear, if he's anything like Cuchullin and he comes at... I'm sorry. Like, you guys know, I love Lugh. I think he's a beast. He comes at Lugh with that spear, it's friggin' over. Right? So it's like, oh, you better get that spear. You better get it right now. Oh, man. Yeah, This episode was so cute, and then just like, it starts with an, oh shit, oh, it's cute, oh shit, like it just like escalates. Okay, anyway, I gotta go. Outro, end the video. And there you have it, everybody. That is gonna wrap it up for today's video, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to boop that up snoot, share if you care, leave a comment down below, and of course, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and set notifications to all. Let all of AniTube know that you are here, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and check out our Discord so that you can actually be notified when new videos go up. And of course, you'll also be notified when we're streaming over on the other website that starts with a D. On top of being the best way to get notified for new videos, it's also a good place to discuss with fellow anime fans and stuff like that. So if that sounds cool to you, go ahead and join us over on the Discord, link down in the description. Also linked to the description is our Patreon page, and that, along with the join button right beside the sub button, are great ways to help keep this channel afloat. You will find our Patreon page for as little as $1. You can help keep this channel running. And of course, a big thank you I have to give to our masters of masters, the true legends, Asaki VT, Elizabeth Just Elizabeth, JCran23, Jeremy P, Matt87 Eagle, Shadow Creative, Shiorans, Stephen G, Stevie W, Trapmaster, Trevor W, and Tristan G. Thank you all so much for being so freaking cool. I really love and appreciate all of you guys for your tremendous support of this channel. And if you too would like to have your name shouted out at the end of videos, once again, go check out that Patreon link in the description or hit the join button right beside the sub button. Either way helps out a ton. And that's it for me. So until next time, clean your room. Just trust me, a clean room is a clean mind. Maybe do some Tai Chi. Maybe drink lots of water and brush your teeth. And yeah, have a good day. Bye.